Okay, there is a real thank you I really want to send you guys. Is thank you for your support and your trust here. I know the time is hard, right? It's always hard when we change entities. It's always hard because you guys may have the feeling that you are living into it's blur. You guys have no idea of what is coming ahead of you, and you even don't know is the company still solid, not solid, do they have the money, they don't have the money, do they have a plan, they don't have a plan, what's going on, we don't have, it's not transparent, nobody talks to us every day. Well, people talk to you every day if you know how to listen at the same time, so you can always come and ask any questions, and I will try to respond as much as I can. So again, all of that changes comes from one main thing. As hard as it is, and as unfair as it is, it's just that we are changing structure, ownership, processes, admin, bank account, name, everything. So the hard consequence of this is sometimes things don't go as fast as we expect them to go and to be done. And sometimes we are unfortunately stuck by our own admin, even not our own admin, but only because of the way admin works sometimes, from one place to another place and vice versa. So this is really where I wanted to apologize to you guys. I didn't realize that things could have taken so long, to be honest with you guys. So I'm really sorry for the trouble made and everything, at some extent, but I didn't realize it would take so long.
Is it safe to assume that everything will be running smoothly in terms of salary payments from the 27th of February?
Yeah, so what we've done from the shareholders of Radisson Travel, we have already allocated the yearly budget for CM Tech Development. So our intention is to deposit the entire budget into the account of CM Tech Development once the bank account is ready. And we intend to do that once the new CFO is here.
Do we have a new date for the CFO?
CFO should be here before 1st of March. Once the new CFO is here, then it will be much easier, because we want things to move really on a smooth pace. Right.
So in order to calm the impatience or the frustration of some members of the team, when will be a realistic launch date for everything that we are doing now?
Well, we have to define few things, right? So there is the payment module. So payment module, we have to create a European company, and to connect the European acquirers to it. This is where we have the lowest rate these days, even in US dollar and other things. So this is why we have the lowest rate. At the same time, we're going to also have the lowest tax rate in terms from the payment side, and as well it's also going to speed up the travel license. So we have two accounts. We have one, Radisson Travel is having its own travel license, and all of the entities are going to be run on the Radisson Travel license, doing business as on the DBA point of view, doing business as. So Travelbook, Eurasia, Hamster Travel, Safa Travel, all of those things are going to be run on the Radisson Travel license. It doesn't stop us from having an individual entity having his own travel license, but it's purely from a perspective of, how can I say that, of whatever, a need or whatever it is. All merchant accounts most likely will be open under Radisson Travel as well. Okay, so Radisson Travel, and the descriptor will depend on the DBA, aka for doing business as. So we can work on the merchant account with what we call dynamic mids. So depending from where the transaction is coming from in terms of website, then the descriptor changes automatically. So if it is coming from a travel book, the guy will receive his, on the descriptor, he receives a booking travel book. It will be RST star travel book. If it is coming from a hamster travel, it will be RST star hamster travel and everything. So this I think will take an additional 10 days, 2 weeks. Then we are with another team, we are preparing the integration, finishing the integration from Priceline point of view and a couple of other guys. So this week with Javier, I have to, and you, we have to look in how to connect this all. And again, we can have a soft launch with no booking, no nothing, just trying to push people to send comments and everything, and then see how it goes.
Without meta search, without any meta search or any of these big providers.
No, because I don't look. My plan is not to start right away with the meta search.
Okay.
At all. My plan, I think it's a wrong plan actually to start with the meta search.
Okay.
The plan is more to start to make the small launch quietly. We already have a lot of help from our main partners who are going to promote directly for us, and therefore trying to make sure the machine works. And if we know the machine works, then we can re-engage the meta search. Anyway, I'm still negotiating with the meta search to have a very large credit line. So then we can decide how to utilize this credit line the day we want. And then there are meta search and meta search. What we can have maybe a hotel combined. We can have maybe some others meta search. Do we want again to go through a TripAdvisor, Trivago? Maybe not right now. First, thanks to Martin. Martin has found what I keep saying for what I was saying for the last year, which is something was fucking wrong with TripAdvisor, and that did cost a relationship with the guy in charge of that before and me. And actually, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? But Jacques and me, we've been fighting with him all day long, and finally Martin proved us right. It was something fishy. So we can't launch something new knowing that issue is not fixed, right? And it's the same with HotelBed, for example, right? HotelBed, we know that from HotelBed point of view experience, we had, the previous company had a lot of issues on last minute booking and even the 8 days booking. So why reconnecting the same platform to get the same issues? Doesn't make any sense. So it's much better to take a 2 weeks windows, all booking done between 10 days, let's say 10 days, 2 weeks. We cannot make any booking for 2 days, 10 days or 2 weeks first. And for that window, we can work with another provider, and that other provider will offer pay at the hotel. So like this, we don't collect the money. Like this, we don't have to pay anybody else. We just wait on that collector to give us back the money within 45 days. So I think if it all goes planned, we can really expect for a small official launch 1st of March, if all goes as planned, as expected. And then start to make money. But that requires, this is what we are working on with Doug and our team over there. We have already incorporating new companies, open new bank accounts in few different entities, few different places, and everything will go from there. No subsidiaries will make money directly. Everything will go through Central. In case I've not been clear enough.
Jérome, hotel only to start? Hotel only to start?
Yeah, hotel only to start. Except Priceline is pushing us to do the travel as well, the flights and everything. And the platform Dean's been working on allows this as well. So it's just an API, to be fair with you, so it doesn't cost anything to do it.
Yeah.
It's just pushed. It's just pushed to something else. So I actually my take is, yeah, look, if it doesn't cost us much trouble to do it, let's do it. And if it's only on a commission-based point of view and we have no legal responsibilities on those things, then so be it. Right. That's really my take. Now the issue when you do it through referrals is sometimes people remember that if they have an issue, they book the booking on your website, so then they call you, says, hey dude, I booked my flight from Chicago to Miami. Unfortunately, I cannot do the flight and I would like to change. And then I have Danny and his team just like, yes, sawadee-ka. You know, and we can do shit. So this is part of all of the things we have to manage and make sure. And as well, you know, something we haven't talked about from the whole HQ company. We haven't said how much thankful actually I am from all the HCT and the fraud department, HCT department really made a hell of a job during October, November, and December, and January. They really made a hell of a job, of a work, and we should all be very respectful for all the work they've done. Unfortunately, in the new setup with CM Tech Development, I can say STT. CM Tech Development will not manage and operate from Thailand any customer support or fraud or anything. So it will be made by other entities of the group somewhere else. Same with the data entry. I love the way the data entry people were. Unfortunately, we had to let them go because from CM Tech point of view, there is no room for data entry. It will be directly dealt from an entirely IT point of view, and most likely, if any human resources, will be done directly from Spain. So, your language.
Ready.
Hola amigos.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hola amigos. Any other questions?
If you launch, where are you launching first? Are we going to launch worldwide?
Worldwide. We launch a website worldwide. Worldwide. The database is worldwide.
Yeah, of course.
So launch worldwide. You know.
The only caveat to that is from a marketing perspective, we'll be launching in US, UK, Australia, purely because the site is only in English.
It's just the reason why I'm asking.
Right.
That's the
Obviously, once we get the different languages and stuff integrated, then we'll start opening up new geos. But probably for the first 3 or 4 months, just those English-speaking countries.
And now for you guys understanding, so I'm not in such great health these days. So the big part of the reorganization on my side is also to offer and to make sure there is a continuity in operations and management and everything. So don't worry, somebody said, are you going to die? I'm like, yeah.
That's our first question.
So I have replied by saying, yeah.
You actually asked that.
Yeah,
I
she
did.
She did.
He started with all this fluff, and I was like, get to the punchline.
So I say, of course I will die, like any of you guys. Let's hope not. Not this week or next week. But yes. So the idea is to ensure continuity. So from Rising Sun Travel point of view, we are really looking hard to find a real CEO on the travel side. Very hard, and I hope that we'll get some results soon. Already with the new CFO starting, that should really help because he knows all about travel and everything. So I think if we have a strong CFO who is very business oriented, the guy is very business oriented, plus a good CEO that we have already, then that should be fine. Should be able to run, and good product manager and leader and product owners and the team we have. I think it should be fine at the same time already. So what I was trying to say is, so I may be a little bit absent soon, but I'll still be there. I may be absent once in a while, and that's why I needed to have this organization to make sure that even if you guys cannot get a hold of me, there are people to answer the questions, and the truth is to have it all, or to have too many things in one guy's hand is not right. It's exactly what I keep saying to Dean. One person should not hold everything. So I also apply to me the same concept. Take it and swallow it. And that's a pure reality. It should not be the case, right? There are things, we have team who are there to make sure that there is continuity, that there is things going on. Right. Any other questions, guys?
Is the CFO already identified?
Excuse me?
The CFO already has been identified?
Yeah. Spanish guy. His name is Oscar. Super nice guy. Fit. The guy is fit. Fan of CrossFit. Fan of Muay Thai boxing. The guy is fit. You guys can start to manage.
It's like Xavi.
Huh?
It's like Xavi we have.
No, not really. I think you think you're fit. I think the guy is more fit than you.
Challenging for you.
He's gonna need it.
No, the guy is super nice. It's very sweet. He's working for one of the top 5 audit companies.
PwC?
He's not working for PwC. He's working for the other one. No, this is PwC. The other one. Huh? No, the other one.
Ernst & Young?
Deloitte.
Oh.
He's working for Deloitte. He's doing so he was actually right now he's working at Pricewaterhouse. He's working at PwC now. Sorry, he was at Deloitte and now he's at PwC. Sorry, my mistake. So he already worked with Ignacio. He was in Ignacio team before and Sandra. So he's in charge of debt restructuring and totally biz dev. So the guy is totally a biz dev guy. Biz dev, debt restructuring, M&A, everything. So the guy is really sharp. Really sharp. So it should be fine. Full the dress. Anything? Any other questions? No? You sure? Okay, we don't need to have a pizza party and save 5,000 baht. Any other questions, really, guys? No? You sure?
I came late, so did you mention anything about our wages?
Yeah, we did do it.
I've got everything on video. I can share it with you later, yeah?
Could you briefly remind?
Yeah, so I say we went through a small step back due to some admin issues that was not expected, unfortunately. And I believe it will be all fixed maximum on the 15th of this month. And I have said that to speak to all of your line manager, and for few case by case, I will try to help in each individual of you on a pure case by case point of view, in case of desperate situation, to make sure that things can be smooth, because it's not something you guys have encountered, it's not something we have encountered. We were ready to go through either. And last week I have said it will be fixed this week, and which is really what I meant. And I did not expect this step back. So I have already explained the entire step back. It's not that I don't want to do it again, but I already went through this entire explanation already, why, how, and how to fix it. And I also said that once everything is done, I will give a small bonus to everybody for for a thank you for the support, and as our apologies for the trouble caused. One of the other questions actually Sandrine asked me earlier in my office was, what about the severance package for the people who has been left out of the company? So in one of the principal terms of the purchase of the old company here, we of course had no other choices, which is normal, by the way. I'm not saying those choices just like damn. We had no other choices, of course, than to take this under consideration and took it with us. So it won't be any issues on the severance package and all of the, unfortunately, about 30 people, 28 people or so, 28? 28 people leaving us, to which I really wish the best of the success, and we are really grateful for all the hard work that has been provided.
I have another question for you. Are you going to give like some recommendation later for the ones that have been?
If people need it, look, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it.
It's something that most companies.
Yeah. Look, if someone wants a recommendation letter.
Because I know my team will need to turn off some.
Thai law only allows verification appointment letters. You can't write recommendations. You can't write bad recommendations. So it's just a verification letter. It's not a HR. It's the labor law. They can only verify the date that they started, what they did, and when they ended. You can ask them for a personal referral, but
Recommendation email?
the company can.
Whatever. So
Whatever.
if anybody needs a recommendation, we'll do it with pleasure, as usual. If they have returned everything from the company already, which is not always the case.
Who happens to
I'm thinking about you.
he has been getting.
Finally. Thank you. Anything else, guys? Speak freely. It's a free speech.
Transportation reimbursement.
Yeah.
Transportation reimbursement.
The 2,000 baht a month that people get.
It will be obviously covered, of course. Maybe we will take it out in the new contract. Who knows? No, I'm kidding. Because the truth is, it was not part of the company. It was only part of another company that was doing it. And actually, one day I was saying that, well, we are doing this for this company and not for that one, so let's make it just and let's put it to everybody. So it's something which was pretty recent, but yes, it will be kept and adjusted. Anything else, guys? No? All right.
I have one question.
You see?
I heard that.
Keep asking.
Yeah, you know, just like auction, say 1, 2, up!
Yes.
I heard that we need the employee who stay at the company will need to sign a new contract. Is that true?
It's not need to sign a contract. It's by default a new contract will be issued.
Okay. So
Because there is a change of name, there is a change of shareholder, there is a big change of everything.
but the other stuff, for example, like severance, some of the people that are here more than 1 year, so those severance will transfer to a new contract as well, right?
Yeah, of course.
Just to confirm.
Of course.
Okay. All right.
You see, the new contract will only fix new. First, will give people the fact that the companies they are being employed by is the same company they have a contract with. Right? Because if today you are employed by Siam Tech Development and you're coming with an issue from a HotelQuickly Thailand app or whatever the name is, people will look at you and say, dude, it doesn't work, it doesn't match. So it is also a way to give to people better documents, more structured documents. We are also revising all of the working contract, employment contract, because many things had to be adjusted, I would say. Anything else? No? Alright guys, so thank you so much and see you at 5 p.m. for the pizza party. Like this you have time to think if you want to ask me some questions.